What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm down at Audi Greenville getting to check out the 2021 Audi S4. Huge shout out to them for providing this sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. That will be down in the description below. This model here is finished off in quantum gray and it has an MSRP just over $62,000. Let's go ahead and start off today's review by jumping up underneath the hood, where you'll find the 3-liter turbocharged V6 engine. This is paired with the 8-speed Tiptronic transmission. It pumps out 349 horsepower around 6,300 RPM and 369 pound-feet of torque around 3,200 RPM. This also has the Quattro all-wheel drive system. It weighs in right around 3,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just over 4 seconds up to its top speed of 155 miles an hour. And with a fuel capacity of 15.3 gallons, you can expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city and 28 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 111 inches. Its overall length is 187.5. It has a width of 72.7 and a height of 56.2 inches. And with all those specs out of the way, we can go ahead and take a look at the exterior on the Audi S4. So I'm going to start front and center with the Audi logo. You'll see that's finished off in chrome. This also has a forward-facing camera nicely integrated just underneath that, along with the parking sensors, of course, that run throughout the front end. And then you'll also notice the hexagonal shape to the grille. We have cutouts to provide cooling to the engine, and you'll see the entire surround is finished off in gloss black, which you'll see throughout the rest of this vehicle. This model also has LED headlights, LED DRLs, and turn signals, and you'll notice that the DRL/turn signal is broken up into multiple lights, so that just gives it a really nice look within the housing. And then you'll notice down in the lower section of the bumper, we have a sensor on both sides. This is part of the technology features that are offered on this model. You'll see more of the black trim surrounding them just to give it a great look, along with the front section of the bumper being finished off in gloss black as well. And then last up, we'll talk about the hood. You'll see there are very clean lines running down both sides. And then making our way to the side profile for the S4, I'm going to start off with these wheels. As a part of the Black Optics package, you get a really nice set of 19-inch wheels. They have a two-tone finish along with a multi-spoke design. And this model also has the S Sport package, so that provides this with the adaptive suspension, and you also get the red brake calipers and some upgraded rotors. They measure 13.8 inches up front and 13 inches in the rear. You'll also notice these side mirrors are finished off in gloss black to match the accents you saw up front. They're power folding, feature the integrated turn signal, and then up top this also has a sunroof. You can see more black surrounding the window trim. And then you'll see there's really crisp lines running down the side profile for the S4. You'll see one that starts just behind the headlights and it stops right in front of the side mirrors. And then we have another line that breaks off running through the door handles. And then you'll see a third line that splits off and runs through the gas cap all the way to the tail lights. So it has a really nice side profile design. And then last up, finishing off in the rear, you can see this has a body colored trunk lip spoiler. It also has a backup camera with all the parking sensors. This model has LED taillights along with these sequential turn signals, which is a really nice design to see. And then down below we have the quad tip dual exhaust. Now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the interior on the S4. So with the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket, all I have to do is grab on the door handle and it will automatically unlock. Now we can take a look at this beautiful door panel where you'll see leather and stitching on the armrest. We have suede on the insert behind that, and then just above that you can see carbon fiber along with brushed aluminum on the release handle. Lock and unlock is in front of that along with the memory seating adjustments. This also has a 19-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. You'll see just behind the grab handle we have all of the window controls along with the side mirror adjustments, and then down in the lower storage you can see there's a good amount of storage along with the release for the trunk. And then working our way to the interior, you'll see the S badge down on the door sill, and now we can look at these beautiful black Nappa leather seats. You can see the stitching running down the headrests. We have the S badge embroidered as well. You can see all the stitching running down the bolsters along with the diamond stitch pattern running down the inserts. The front section of the seat is actually adjustable as well, so you can pull on that tab there to get a little bit more comfort. These are heated seats. We have all of the automatic controls along with the massaging functions as well. And now once inside with my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and start it up. And then within this digital gauge cluster, you can see over on the right side is the date and time, which is fixed information, along with the RPM right in the center. You have miles per hour and the gear that you're in. And then over on the left side, you can look at multiple information. So you can see the short-term memory right now, along with the long-term memory. You also have the energy consumption along with your driver assistance. So when you have the distance pacing active, you can monitor it here. You can also scroll all the way up and look at your consumption along with the fuel gauge as well. And then by using the arrows to go over to the right, we can go to the radio and then look up any messages or notes that you may have. So there's a lot of information to go through. As we make our way to the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely covered in solid and perforated leather. The S badge is down below along with more brushed aluminum. Over on the left side, you saw all the controls I was using for that screen. And then if you'd like to, you can click on this view button and change the gauge cluster if you'd like to. So it just rearranges it a little bit and you can still go through all of that information, but now it is front and center if you'd like to see it in a little bit larger screen, or if you want to hide it, you can push it over to the left. And then over on the right side of the steering wheel, you'll see all of the Bluetooth and voice commands, along with the heated steering wheel and volume and tuning for the radio. As we make our way to the left side of the steering wheel, down below there's a good sized compartment where you can place some large items if you'd like to. You can see more of that carbon fiber surrounding the headlight controls. There's also one air vent. And then as we make our way to the center, we have the 10-inch screen. There's a lot of information that you can go through within this system. So right now you can see we're basically on the home screen where you can look at your radio, your media. You can go into phone and navigation. We can also go into vehicle where you can look at your Audi Drive Select, which is basically the different driving modes. You can go into lighting and visibility, driver assistance, your seats as well. You have comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. So you can quickly get to those if you'd like to. And you can swipe over and see a few more settings. And then over on the left side, you can pull up 3 different things at once. So you can look at your radio, your phone, and your navigation if you would like to. And then there's also shortcuts over on the left side if you'd like to pull all this information up. Just underneath that, you'll see air vents, and it actually goes all the way to the passenger side there. And then right underneath that, we have all of the climate controls. So right in the center, we have the fan speed, you have where you'd like the air to go. Along with the temperatures, this does have a 3-zone climate control system. So there is one for the rear, and you can set the rear if you'd like to, just by pushing down on that button. You can also hover your finger across these and see what each individual button does. So as you can see, I'm just holding on the top where you can see AC max would be up and AC off would be down. So it's really nice to be able to see that. You can see the heated seat controls as well. And then moving below that, you'll see shortcuts to the different driving modes. So just by clicking on that, you'll see what I already pulled up. So if you'd like to get to it, you can do that. We have the engine start stop feature along with traction control, the parking sensors you can turn on and off, and then you can turn that upper screen completely off if you'd like to. Just underneath that, you'll see a 12 volt along with a USB and the engine start stop button, along with 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage space. And then right behind that, we have the leather shifter. If I pull the release on the left side and push all the way up, you'll see the backup camera up here where this does have multiple different angles. So if I swipe this over, I can click on these here to get a different view. We have the forward facing camera with a little bit different of an angle, along with the top down view. And then as you just saw, we have the rear facing camera along with where the front tires are and where the rear tires are. So it's really nice to be able to do that. You can also pull up some various information with the sensors if you'd like to. So definitely plenty of visibility around this entire vehicle. And then we can go ahead and just push the P on the back to place the vehicle into park. You'll see the electronic parking brake along with power and volume for the radio, a little bit of storage just behind that. And then as we make our way to the center armrest, you'll see this is a wireless charging port. There's also a USB-C on the back side. We can go ahead and close that up and move it forward if you need a little bit more comfort. And then making our way to the glove box, you'll see there's an ample amount of storage. You can also see more of that carbon fiber trim, which just gives it a really clean look. We'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. And then as I mentioned earlier, this does have a sunroof, so we can go ahead and open up that sunshade. You'll see all those controls in the center, along with the touch sensitive dome lights. Jumping into the back seats now of the S4, let's talk about the amount of room that you have. At 5'10", I'm actually really comfortable. I have the front seat set at my height, so you can see I have a few inches in front of my knees. I can easily place my feet up underneath the seat, and the headliner dips up, giving me about 2 or 3 inches above my head. These seats are incredibly comfortable. I love the side bolstering support that they have, and you can see that diamond stitching runs into the rear here just to give it a great look. You can also adjust that third zone. As I mentioned earlier, we have the temperature control right in the center, along with 2 USBs and a 12 volt, and you have some nets behind the seats for extra storage. You also have this fold down armrest, which also doubles as having 2 cup holders and a little bit of storage space on the back side if you need to use it. These back seats also have a 40-20-40 split, so if you need to fold down just the middle seat, you can do that. And now we'll go ahead and take a look at the trunk storage space. So I'm just going to use the button up underneath the Audi logo, and you'll see the trunk open up, where there's a lot of storage space. With the back seats up, you have a really flat surface to put in any items you'd like to, along with tie-down hooks, so you can safely secure those items. You'll see a net on both sides just to hold down any extra storage you may have. And then by folding these seats down, you can see just how much more room there is to put in any larger items. You'll also notice a toolkit over on the passenger side. There is a spare up underneath the floor as well. And then there's 2 grab handles on the back side of the trunk. You can grab either one of those to close it up. All right, so getting the 2021 Audi S4 out on the road now. This is a really cool sedan to check out. I love this interior already. It's pretty much a fully loaded model with all this carbon fiber. We have the leather seats, the leather steering wheel. It's just a very top-notch feeling interior. But what I also love about Audis is that pretty much all of their models have a very similar interior. So it's still going to look upscale if it doesn't quite have all of the bells and whistles like the carbon fiber that you see on this model. So all of the trims may just have something a little bit different, but they all still retain that premium quality and materials of everything on the interior. Even these toggle switches for the AC controls are finished off in aluminum. It's a really nice touch, especially when it matches these release handles. So that's the interior out of the way. Very nice. I love this interior. Let's go ahead and pop it over into the manual mode now. So we can use these steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which I forgot to mention that this has. We'll go down to 2nd gear in dynamic mode. Let's listen to that exhaust. It's not crazy loud, but it's enough for you to hear it and to add to that Audi sport that this Audi has. It gives you a little bit of an exhaust note, especially in dynamic mode, and it's quick. These shifts are very responsive at the same time. That's not even anything crazy, and it gets up and moves, that's for sure. Coming around some of these turns as well, I mean, it almost has sports car performance. That's what I love about Audis as well. They bring over a lot of those characteristics to vehicles like this, which I absolutely love. Let's go ahead and move on to the visibility here. It's actually really easy to see all around. I love the amount of glass that there is to offer. I'm going to interrupt that with a right-hand turn here. And it handles extremely well. There's virtually no body roll, which I absolutely love with the performance of this model. But visibility is great. You can look over your right shoulder. Pillar is not all that bulky. You can look over your left shoulder and see the traffic that is coming. And then back on the gas here. Audis are just so much fun to drive. I love how comfortable it is too, even in dynamic mode. I am on a pretty smooth road at the moment, but it's super solid feeling. I love with the adaptive suspension. You can quickly change it if you'd like to. Wow. Even coming around this turn here, it's phenomenal. That all-wheel drive just gives it that extra added performance, so you can take this out on some back twisty roads if you'd like to, and just have a normal family sedan during the week. So if you want to take this out and have some fun, you can. And then you can take it to work just as easily. You have room in here for 3 or 4 other people. You can hear a little pop on that downshift there, along with anything you want to place in the trunk. So like I said, it's a very versatile daily driver with plenty of space. I love this interior, super comfortable to drive. But I think that's going to wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of the 2021 Audi S4. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Greenville for providing this sedan for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. That will be down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. I'll see you guys in the next video.